This video is my personal perspective about Omnism and how it works and how I personally adopt it as a philosophy in my own life and a school of belief that really helps me to integrate. Keep watching.
I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. So essentially what I want to speak to you today about in this video is this idea of omnism. Okay, omnism or omniism, whatever you want to call it, is this idea that, you know, all religions have a shred of truth in them, and you choose to not believe in religion, but you still believe in God, and you understand that everything is connected in a sense, right? It's interesting, someone was asking me whether I was a nihilist, and I was saying that no, actually, I see omnism almost as a opposition to nihilism, in a sense of like, nihilism is all about the fact that life is meaningless, it's kind of pointless to be living at all, and the fact is this is all just some kind of weird hologram. It's kind of a pessimistic worldview. However, omnism is this idea that, you know, there is meaning in everything, in a sense. So it's like the meaning of life is to give life meaning. The way that I see it is there is a shred of truth in every single religion. I am not following any religion, but I am a religious man in the sense that regale, right? I have rules, I have systems that I follow, I have rituals that I follow, and I don't think that we have to clump and cluster ourselves into one ideology and be like, this is my end all be all, this is it. I feel a lot of people do that. They're like, okay, I am a Buddhist and then I cannot do anything that is outside of that. No, that's not necessarily true. Buddhist is just a label that you've given yourself to try and help your guidance system or GPS on this earth. So why not give yourself a guidance system that's more overarching so that you can guide yourself accordingly in this life. Now, I don't have anything against religious people. I think religion is an amazing concept. However, it can indoctrinate, it can brainwash, and there are certain aspects of religion that can put people in a very limited frame of thinking that they're not open-minded enough to actually changing that around. Notice the fact that people in a same religion, let's take Christianity for an example, they're still fighting, right? They might be different kinds of Christians, Protestants, Catholics, right? There might be, you know, different ideologies. They all read the Bible, they all go to church, they're all doing this thing, but there's still disagreements within that. So this disagreeability, this argumentation, I think arguments are healthy when done in a right way and when we're having a healthy conversation to try and come back to the truth, right? And I think that everybody has this idea of seeking truth. Everybody just wants to seek truth, and that's where omnism comes in. It's it's not really a religion in a sense. It's really understanding that, okay, I'm seeking truth, you're seeking truth, you're taking a different path, I might be taking a different path, but we're all going up the same mountain, right? The mountaintop is the same. The tip of the iceberg is the same. We might be taking different routes. Someone might be skydiving, someone might be, you know, going underwater, someone might be going through the most treacherous forests to get there. However, at the end of all of that journey, there is one pinnacle sense of truth, and that stays the same. Now, how can we get to like this crux point? How we understand the difference between, you know, good and bad, and moral and ethics and logic, and, you know, I feel it's very logical, right? I feel it's very practical to think that I have a shred of truth and you also might have a shred of truth in this. And when we can conjoin these ideas, I think that's what, you know, Helena Blavatsky and all these people were trying to do. I don't think they did it to the level where it can actually be beneficial, because again, once you start forming a group around it, it becomes very cult-like, right? Like, for instance, like Judaism, and then Christianity was a cult within Judaism. There's nothing wrong with cults, but the thing is the cult-like mentality or the kind of thinking that causes boundaries against a certain population, like I'm up here and the rest of the people are down here kind of mentality, that causes more separation. And the more separation that we start causing, more suffering we start having. I understand that there is value to being in a part of a tribe, being a part of a community, being a part of a brotherhood, being a part of a sisterhood. There is value there. However, when you start cutting people off and just being like, nah, this is not for me, whatever, blah, 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 it causes more disharmony, discord, arguments, wars, it just starts to become chaos. After a while, we need order. We need order on this planet more than chaos. And when we start to get much more into depressive thinking, when we're like, oh, nihilism, or life is pointless, life is meaningless, we don't start to create opportunity anymore, right? And the main thing here is we want growth, we want transformation, we want opportunity, we want evolution. I think we as people, we have evolution hardwired within us. And I think that that's what makes us very special as human beings. You know what I mean? The fact that we're evolving, the fact that we have this growth mindset, that we're moving forward, we're getting things done. And I believe that once we can find that shred of truth in all religions, in all schools of thought, in all beliefs, we can really start to get to a pinnacle of where we come in and, you know, adding our subjective values into that mix. Because there is one objective truth, right? The truth is objective. The reality of how you experience that truth is subjective. So you want to understand that, okay, let's get to that objective truth of what is there, and then we can come in with our own interpretations. And I would say I'm agnostic, you know, in that sense. I'm spiritual, if you want to even use that word, but then again, demons are also spirits, so I don't know what spiritual really means in this point of time. However, what I would say is I do like to research different schools of thought, different belief systems, and find the ideologies, find the philosophies like Taoism. I love pieces of Buddhism. I've read pieces of Judaism. I've read Hermeticism. I've read Christianity texts. You know, I've read Bhagavad Gita, Hinduism. You know, of course I was born a Hindu, and then I chose to become an Omnist much later on in my life. So it's just all, I understand it, it's kind of chaotic. It's like a DJ trying to mix a track with all these different genres together. But then you've seen that meme where it's like, you know, universe, one song. You understand that? So it's like, yeah, that is the Omnist, right? It's like this idea of like, yo, let's make this epic song, and we're going to like mix master all these different genres of music in there at once, and let's see what we can come up with, yo. Like, that is a great analogy, and I think that, I don't know, that's just the way that I see it. Let me know what you think of this idea, this ideology, whatever it is. I think it's an interesting one that's helped me at least to shape and integrate, you know, all these different ideas together, because I'm an integrator at the end of the day. I am that DJ. I am that mix master of taking all these experiences. I'm the web weaver of reality. I'm like Spider-Man. I take all the different aspects and create webs where I can create some epic things and make things happen, and that's always gotten me into the flow state. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you, and stay legendary. Watch my other videos.